Hi everyone, this is Sage Topaz. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I hope everyone's having a great day and staying safe. So, like I said in my previous videos, the purpose of my channel is I'm trying to get my books out there. I published some of my books on Amazon, and what I decided to do was to read a sample of my books, and I'm going to put a link to where you can buy my books. So if you like the sample that I read, you can click on the link and you can buy the book. And if you really don't like it, hey, you can always get a refund. But hopefully you like it and you buy it and you keep it. So in my previous video, the book I read was called Ya. And Ya is a kid's book. It's a book for all ages. However, the book that I'm going to read today is not a kid's book. It is not a kid's book at all. It is horror. It's a horror story. It's actually a thriller, suspense, and it has some bad language. It has some violence and gore. So yeah, just a warning, just warning ahead of time. That it is not a kid's book. And so basically, what Gwen is about, without spoiling anything, is a story about this girl called Gwen, and she's very sweet. She's a very nice girl. She's very introverted. She's very quiet, antisocial, and she becomes the target of these mean, popular kids in her school. And the popular kids bully her severely. And again, without giving anything away, the book basically just talks about the consequences of bullying. For both the victim and the bullies themselves. So, yeah, it's a lot goes down in this book. A lot goes down. And also, the cool thing about this book is that it actually has an alternate ending. Because when I finished writing the book, I was just like, I had two endings in mind. And I couldn't decide which one I wanted. So there's the original ending in this book, and then there's also an alternate ending. So you can decide which ending you accept. Do you prefer the original ending, or you can read the alternate ending and you can be like, I actually prefer the alternate ending actually. So yeah, so they might actually be two parts to this video because I actually recorded this before, and the sample was actually pretty long, and it was longer than 10 minutes. And YouTube, I believe you're supposed to have 10 minutes for each video. So we'll see what happens. This might be divided into two parts, but yeah, it's kind of a long sample. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, without further ado, oh, sorry, I like to talk a lot, my bad, but here's also the illustration that I also drew. I don't know if you can see it, but yes, I drew that. And yeah. Oh shoot, I made it small. Okay, made it bigger. Don't know if you guys can see it, but yes, I drew that. And yeah. So hopefully you guys like it. And without further ado, let's read Gwen. 1. Wesley Asylum, upstate New York, 11:30 p.m. A doctor and nurse walked through the hallways of Wesley Asylum. The nurse was carrying a plastic tray. A paper cup of water, a syringe, and a few medicinal pills were on top of the tray. They passed by many rooms of different patients. They heard them screaming in their rooms. Many of the patients were yelling things that didn't make any sense. Some were banging on their room doors. Some patients were staring at the doctor and nurse through the small windows of their rooms. "Hey, sexy," yelled a male patient to the nurse from his room. Another male patient whistled at the nurse. The male patients were hitting on her and saying very obscene things to her. The nurse was so uncomfortable that her hands were shaking. She was trying to be calm and not drop the tray. The nurse started working in the asylum a week ago. She was still getting used to her new job. The doctor noticed that she was shaking. He saw that she looked uncomfortable and scared. "Just ignore them," said the doctor. "I'm trying, doctor," said the nurse. "Don't worry, you'll get used to it." They kept walking until they reached the room. The doctor got out his key card and swiped it on the electronic door lock. The doctor opened the door, and he and the nurse entered the room. The room was a white padded cell. The only furniture in the room was a soft white mattress. A teenage girl sat on the floor. Her head was bowed, and she sat cross-legged. The girl was beautiful. However, her long, unkempt hair was covering a lot of her face. Next to the girl was a tray of food. The girl was completely lost in her own world. She didn't look at the doctor and nurse. Maybe she was ignoring them. Maybe she was so lost that she didn't even notice them enter the room. The nurse put down the tray she was carrying on the mattress. She and the doctor went up to the girl. "How are you feeling?" the doctor asked. The girl didn't reply. "You didn't eat today?" asked the nurse who picked up the tray of food. The girl still didn't reply. "Please, you have to eat. I don't want you to starve to death," said the doctor. The girl slowly raised her head and stared at the doctor. "Let me starve," the girl said. "You don't deserve to starve. You don't deserve to die," said the doctor. "You can get better, and then you can leave this place and go home." "For the last time, there is nothing wrong with me," said the girl, raising her voice. "I'm not imagining things. She is real. You hear me? She is real." The nurse and doctor looked worriedly at each other. The girl stood up and yelled, "She will not stop torturing me until I'm dead." The girl looked up to the ceiling and kept yelling, "Isn't that what you want, bitch? You're gonna keep torturing me because I deserve it, right? Well, screw you! You hear me? Screw you!" "Honey, calm down," said the nurse, worried. "We're the only ones here, okay? She isn't here." The girl rushed toward the nurse and was about to punch her. The doctor quickly grabbed the girl by the waist to stop her. "She is real, and she won't stop!" the girl screamed. "Nurse, quick! Give her the sedative," said the doctor, panicking. He was holding her, but the girl was struggling to free herself. The girl was so strong that the doctor was finding it hard to restrain her. "Ah!" screamed the girl, full of rage and insanity. The nurse grabbed the syringe. Her hands were shaking. "Hurry!" the doctor yelled. The nurse injected the girl. After a few seconds, the girl stopped screaming. She closed her eyes and passed out. The doctor carried the girl and laid her down on the mattress. The doctor and the nurse left the girl's room and locked the door. "Still no progress," said the doctor, sighing. "It's so sad. She is so young, so beautiful, and she has completely lost her mind. We went too far. We went way too far. We should have just left her the hell alone. Why didn't we just leave her alone?" A year ago, Quinn High School, Long Island, New York. Linda, Jillian, and Andrea were seniors at Quinn High School. They were gorgeous, skinny girls. They were also the most popular girls in school. It was morning and classes hadn't started yet. Linda, Jillian, and Andrea were in the bathroom. Jillian was standing by the mirror, reapplying her makeup. Linda sat down on the windowsill, smoking a joint. Andrea was inside one of the bathroom stalls. She flushed the toilet and came out of the stall. She held a pregnancy stick test. Andrea placed the stick on the sink. "Crap, I can't believe I might be pregnant," said Andrea, crossing her arms and staring angrily at the stick. "Don't worry, maybe you're not. Even if a girl is late, that doesn't mean she's pregnant," said Jillian. "But I'm really late though. Ugh," said Andrea, pacing up and down, her arms crossed. "And why do these pregnancy tests take minutes to show the results?" "Andrea, stop freaking out. I'm sure you're not pregnant," said Linda. "Come on, have a seat and relax." Andrea sighed and sat down next to Linda. "If Jasper impregnated me, I'm gonna kill him," said Andrea. After waiting for a few minutes, Andrea stood up and picked up the stick to look at the results. "Yes! Not pregnant!" Andrea cheered. "Thank goodness," said Jillian, smiling. "See, you were freaking out over nothing," said Linda, who was also smiling. "That would have really sucked if you were pregnant. You wouldn't be able to pursue your modeling career after you graduate. You'd be too busy being a mom," said Jillian. "And if you got pregnant, you'd get so fat. Like you're already fat. If you got pregnant, you'd be as fat as a whale," said Linda, teasing Andrea. "Who are you calling fat? I'll show you," said Andrea, who laughed and brought the pregnancy stick near Linda's face. "Ew, get that disgusting stick of pee away from me, bitch," said Linda, who jumped off the windowsill and ran away from Andrea. Andrea chased Linda around the bathroom, holding the stick. "Seriously? You guys are so immature," said Jillian, rolling her eyes. After playfully chasing Linda around for a few minutes, Andrea threw the stick in the garbage. "You're so gross, Andrea," said Linda. Andrea laughed and said, "Serves you right for calling me fat, bitch." The girls sat on the windowsill and kept chatting, laughing, and gossiping. Oops, almost 10 minutes. Gotta go. Next video. Bye.